INFJs are often seen as kind, gentle, and empathetic souls who avoid conflict and prefer harmony. But beneath that calm exterior lies an incredibly sharp mind, an uncanny ability to read people, and a subtle mastery of psychological tactics. While INFJs rarely use these abilities to harm others, they will step into their power when someone's ego becomes overbearing, manipulative, or destructive. So how do INFJs, often seen as soft-spoken and reserved, manage to bring even the most inflated egos back down to earth? In today's video, we'll uncover 6 psychological tactics INFJs use to shatter egos without ever raising their voice or losing their composure. Let's dive in. 1. They use silence as a weapon. INFJs understand the power of silence better than most personality types. While others might rush to fill uncomfortable pauses, an INFJ knows how to let silence linger. When dealing with someone whose ego is running unchecked, whether it's arrogance, manipulation, or condescension, INFJs will often respond with silence rather than confrontation. This silence is not passive, it's intentional. It forces the other person to sit with their words, their energy, and their behavior. Silence has a way of magnifying insecurities and making egotistical individuals second-guess themselves. For example, if someone tries to dominate a conversation or belittle an INFJ, the INFJ might simply pause, make steady eye contact, and say nothing. This quiet confidence is often more disarming than any witty comeback. In those moments, the other person is left exposed, trapped in their own words, without the comfort of a reactive response to deflect onto. Key takeaway: silence isn't weakness. It's a pull. INFJs know how to let silence do the talking, leaving egos scrambling for stability. 2. They ask devastatingly insightful questions. INFJs have a talent for asking questions that cut straight to the core of a person's insecurities. They're not asking to embarrass or hurt someone. They're asking to expose inconsistencies, hypocrisies, or self-delusions. For example, if someone is bragging endlessly about their achievements, an INFJ might calmly ask, "Why is it so important for you to prove yourself to others?" These types of questions are like precision strikes on an inflated ego. They bypass the surface-level bravado and go straight to the root cause, often revealing fears, insecurities, or unresolved emotional wounds. INFJs are careful with this tactic. They don't ask these questions unless they sense that someone's ego is causing harm to others or creating toxicity in the environment. But when they do use this approach, it's often a turning point in the interaction. The ego is exposed, and the person is forced to confront a truth they've been avoiding. Key takeaway: INFJs know how to ask the right questions, the kind that bypass defenses and go straight to the heart of someone's ego-driven behavior. 3. They mirror back behavior. INFJs are incredibly observant, and one of their most effective psychological tactics is mirroring. If someone is being arrogant, dismissive, or condescending, an INFJ might subtly reflect that behavior back to them, not out of spite, but as a way to show the person how they're coming across. For instance, if someone constantly interrupts others, an INFJ might, politely and calmly, interrupt them in return. If someone is being dismissive, an INFJ might respond with a similarly neutral or aloof tone. This tactic works because most people aren't aware of their behavior until they see it mirrored back at them. It creates a moment of uncomfortable self-awareness where the person realizes, "Oh, that's how I sound." However, INFJs use this tool sparingly and strategically. They're not interested in escalating conflict. They simply want the other person to see themselves more clearly. Key takeaway: mirroring holds up a psychological mirror, allowing egotistical individuals to confront their own behavior without the INFJ having to explain it outright. 4. They withdraw their energy. INFJs are natural empaths who often pour warmth, care, and emotional energy into their relationships. But when they sense someone is using them as an emotional sponge or exploiting their kindness, they know when to withdraw their energy. This withdrawal isn't dramatic, it's quiet, steady, and intentional. They stop engaging deeply, stop offering emotional validation, and stop giving their attention freely. For someone with an inflated ego, losing the emotional attention of an INFJ can feel destabilizing. Egotistical individuals often rely on external validation to maintain their self-image. And when an INFJ removes their energy from the equation, it can feel like the rug has been pulled out from under them. INFJs don't do this out of malice, they do it out of self-preservation. They know their energy is valuable, and they refuse to waste it on people who refuse to grow or treat them with respect. Key takeaway: INFJs know how to quietly remove their emotional energy, leaving egotistical individuals scrambling for validation elsewhere. 5. They use calm composure to disarm emotional outbursts. Egotistical people often rely on emotional dominance to maintain control in conversations. They might raise their voice, become confrontational, or use sarcasm to assert power. But INFJs have a secret weapon: calm composure. When someone lashes out emotionally, INFJs rarely match that energy. Instead, they remain calm, steady, and measured in their response. This calmness acts like a mirror. It reveals the other person's emotional instability and puts them in an awkward position. It's difficult for someone to maintain an emotional outburst when they're met with unwavering calmness. They might realize they're overreacting, feel embarrassed, or lose their footing in the argument. INFJ's ability to stay calm in chaotic situations isn't a sign of weakness. It's an incredibly powerful tool that leaves egos stumbling over themselves. Key takeaway: An INFJ's calm demeanor acts as a mirror to someone's emotional instability, disarming their attempts at dominance. 6. They use indirect detachment to end the game. When an INFJ realizes they're dealing with someone whose ego is unmovable, someone unwilling to reflect, grow, or change, they know when to walk away. But they don't always do this in an obvious way. INFJs are skilled at indirect detachment. They might slowly reduce contact, become less responsive, or gradually remove themselves from the person's emotional sphere. This withdrawal isn't a sudden confrontation, it's a quiet exit. And for someone whose ego thrives on attention, control, or emotional validation, this can be deeply unsettling. INFJs understand that sometimes the most powerful move isn't to argue, explain, or try to fix someone. It's to remove themselves entirely from the dynamic. Key takeaway: INFJs know when to stop playing the game. Their quiet detachment sends a powerful message. You no longer have access to my energy. INFJs are not naturally confrontational people, but they are highly skilled at understanding human behavior. When someone's ego becomes toxic, manipulative, or harmful, INFJs have a unique set of psychological tools at their disposal. From the strategic use of silence to asking razor-sharp questions, INFJs know how to disarm egos without raising their voice or losing their calm demeanor. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into the INFJ personality. Share your thoughts below. Have you ever used one of these tactics, intentionally or unintentionally? Which one do you find most effective? And remember, your insight, empathy, and calm strength are your greatest tools. Use them wisely and never underestimate their power. Thank you for watching, and stay true to your INFJ nature.